In the global game of poker, an EPT title puts a country on the map.
Winning this is obviously a big moment for me. It was news of the day. Some guy from Poland won 1.4 million.
Some of the other guys brag about having titles. My poker ambition is to be best in the world.
I'm most proud of winning Dortmund at such a young age. It was a huge deal that someone from Canada won $1.3 million.
Here in Barcelona, 7 previous champs from 7 different countries are aiming to bring another trophy back to their homeland. But scores of players from across the planet stand in their way, all hoping to see their nation's flag fly high at EPT 100. Welcome to the PokerStars.com EPT Barcelona main event, where the record-breaking field of 1,496 now stands at 102 here on day 4.
I remember being shocked how big it was last year.
Here in Barcelona, we beat new records.
This year, everything's 20–30% bigger.
So much people, so much fuss going on.
My prediction for EPT 11, it's going to be massive. That's for sure. There's going to be big field sizes and really great tournaments.
Last time, relationships were made and broken on the felt. Dan Shack reacted badly to a mistake by Kamal Chararia.
Oh my God, I misread my hand. I thought I had queens.
Listen, you want to save face on TV, I get it.
I thought I had 2 queens, but why would I lie? But thank you for your chips anyway.
It's actually nasty to say thank you for your chips.
Whereas the bond between Mike McDonald and Dominic Panka blossomed.
5 of the 6 hands, I had like nuts. Yeah. And I still didn't win. That's how good you played.
My girlfriend's sister, she says you're handsome as well. Are you gonna stare at me if we're gonna be in the pub?
Earlier this year, Dominic Panka became the first Polish EPT champ. Now, at our 100th main event, several of his countrymen are looking to follow in his footsteps.
The Polish players are dominating the leaderboard right now. I guess you could say they have pole position.
Piotr Sininsky is currently second in chips, and he's at our feature table, along with Grzegorz Mikhailovich, aka De Warsaw from Team Online.
And how about that Panka kid? He's still going strong. He's one of 7 former champs heading into day 4.
And here are those champs. Ulatalo and Panka got their titles last season. Pabal did it right here in Season 9. Kitai and Finger got theirs in Season 8. Stanny in Tallinn in Season 7. And the EPT's youngest ever winner claimed his trophy back in Season 4. Mike Timex McDonald lost out on a second title to Dominic Panka this year, and he takes a seat at our secondary feature table.
Dominic's an awesome guy. As far as people I could lose to, I was happy to lose to him in the PCA.
New to the live scene at the feature table and looking to win a second title for Poland is Piotr Sininsky.
I didn't even dream to get so far in this tournament. And if I won EPT, my dreams would come true.
Everyone's now guaranteed more than 12,000 euros, with more than 1.2 million up top. Former champs making up nearly 7% of the field, players like Davide Kitai.
Davide beat a field of 745 runners. Mike McDonald beat 411 in his field. James, what does field mean?
Sigh. Mike denied his second EPT title by this man, Dominic Panka, the first ever Polish winner on the tour. Paweł Brzeski among the people looking to follow in his footsteps. He comes into the day 5th in chips. And the main feature table is Grzegorz Mikhailovich, aka De Warsaw.
I'm gonna call him Greg.
The other Polish player on the main stage is Piotr Sininsky, second in chips today.
What's your nationality? Polish. Polish.
Well, that's Pierre Name from Lebanon. Also at the feature table is Andrei Konopelko, who's top dog right now.
And Belarus, glasses wear you.
Blinds of 5,000, 10,000 with a 1,000 ante. Action folded to Konopelko.
Konopelko. Konofoldo.
Philippe Suki has King 10 under the gun +2. He raises to 21,000. De Warsaw's out. John Andres has ace-king.
Oh, hello. Look at this all-American boy. Kid was great on One Tree Hill.
He's going to 3-bet from the button. Makes it 56,000 total. Round to Sininsky in the big blind, who's got king-jack of diamonds.
This is usually a spot where you would just call. It's a solid hand, but you don't want to have to fold to or call a 5-bet.
Looks like he's re-raising. It's a 4-bet to 136k. Suki's out. It's back on Andres.
And this 4-bet from Sininsky could have a lot to do with what he thinks of Andres. Maybe he thinks he 3-bets too much on the button. Maybe he thinks he'll fold 3-bets too much. Andres could be thinking about raising again.
That is a 5-bet to 231,000.
That is too small. Such an easy call for Sininsky. He's getting better than 4-1.
He does call. There's nearly 500k in the middle. Andres has roughly pot behind. And that is a huge flop for Sininsky. Top pair and a flush draw.
This is reverse domination the worst possible way. There aren't many worse flops for Andres than this.
Sininsky checks.
This flop is worse for Andres than incorrectly asking a woman when she's expecting the baby.
He continues for 115,000.
I'm all in.
Sininsky shoves on him.
Like the shove in general, he'll want to fold out hands that have decent equity against him. But I think Johnny might have to call it off here. He's got 2 overs in the back door, nut flush draw. No!
He folds.
Slow play? Maybe.
Nah, he thinks he just semi-bluffed Chad Michael Murray.
Well, we have a new chip leader. Piotr Sininsky playing 1.8 million.
More like Piotr Sawinski.
There are 2 Polish players in the top 10, Sininsky in first and Pavel Brzeski in 6th. And there are 2 previous EPT champs on the leaderboard, Davide Katai and Martin Finger. But one champion whose journey ends here is Kevin Staney.
Dang it, I have Kevin Staney in my first player to win 2 EPTs pool.
You may have missed the press release about Vicky Corrin. At the secondary feature table, another former champ, Mike McDonald, has raised from the cutoff with 8-9 suited. Ace-10 for Emil Patel. He calls.
He's got an awkward stack size to play out of position, but he's a good player.
Bram Henrit, playing in his first ever live tournament, calls out of the big blind with 10-7 off.
He's getting a pretty good price in the big blind.
Well, Henrit has paired his 7. Action's been checked to him.
A lead here would not be terrible. His hand will be fairly face up, but there's a lot of bad turns, and this is going to be the best hand a lot.
Henrit bets 25,000.
Personally, I just wouldn't want to give Mike McDonald a chance to make me play a huge pot.
Mike calls with a gut shot. Patel folds, so heads up to the turn. King of spades. Hasn't changed anything.
It's going to be a scare card for Bram, though.
He slows down. He checks.
So when you bet the flop, you have to know Mike's going to be floating you more often than a frat boy floats the idea of 2 girls kissing.
Mike bets 60,000.
Don't let him do it to you, buddy. This card is way too easy to rep. Yeah, there you go.
He hasn't called yet. Oh, now he has. We're going to the river. And it's a 10. That's 2 pair for Bram. He checks.
And Mike has one of the worst hands he can have here, so my guess is he's going to bet a showdown will not help him.
He bluffs with his busted draw, 125,000.
And hitting 2 pair on the river, this just became the easiest call ever. Like sitting down to pee when it's dark.
Running spades did get there. Bram might be a little bit worried about a flush.
I call.
He calls. And the Dutch banker, who qualified online for 82 euros, takes a pot off Timex.
Well, the problem with beating Mike McDonald in the hand and getting on our radar is that now you're on Mike's radar too.
Bram Henrit's a strong contender to be our online qualifier pick. Well, out into the field, where EPT 9 Barcelona winner Nikolai Pabal is all in. He is racing with ace-king against the pocket fours of Sam Phillips from the USA.
Like shirts versus skins.
Pabal's the player who needs to hit, and he does hit. 2 pair.
Skins jumps to the early lead.
Pabal now an 87% favorite to double up. Oh, a 4 on the turn.
Game. Blouses.
Pabal's still got 4 outs. Needs an ace or a king on the river. Ah, it's a jack.
Pabal.
Out in 85th.
Sorry, if you wouldn't come with me, we'll get you paid.
Well, there's another all-in at the secondary feature table. Mike McDonald at risk and behind. He's run 7s into Bram Henrit's aces.
Mike McDonald tends to run pretty good in these spots, but it doesn't look like he's feeling it.
Bram is a 4-1 favorite to eliminate Timex. Ace on the flop, that pretty much seals the deal.
Mike McDonald had 2 outs, and now he needs them both.
He's drawing dead on the turn. Mike McDonald exits, cashing for nearly 14,000 euros. And Bram Henrit is closing in on the 1 million mark.
The stare down has a name, Bram Henrit, and that name is Timex. What's his real name?
We have a graphic that will help you, Joseph. It's time for Champ Watch.
We started today with 7 photos in color, now 3 are in black and white, and that is bad. And yes, Kevin Stanley was in fact an EPT winner. I checked.
Well, one of the guys who's still in color, Dominic Panka, is facing a big decision at the outer tables. Johan Soderberg has shoved the river on an ace-ace 8-3 king board. Panka raised Soderberg's river bet, and then came the all-in.
Soderberg can really only be doing this with full houses. Obviously, Dominic doesn't have ace-king, but he's probably got to fold even 1 ace.
$595,000 in the pot, 121,000 to call.
Soderberg did not 3-bet pre-flop.
I call.
Panka calls. Soderberg tables 8s.
Sorry, it's a slow roll, sorry.
Panka's got kings.
You slow roll?
I don't believe in this kind of slow roll. Sometimes he'd be beat.
Sorry, but I was really contemplating that you got me.
It's okay to think about your hand. Jeez, everyone, calm down.
Soderberg's out after losing house over house.
I don't know if I slow roll or... No. I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry about that.
Do you think it was a slow roll? Use this hashtag. Ha! Slow rolled you, boom!
My dear Joe Stapleton, welcome to Guel Park.
What kind of park is this?
Oh, it's right up your alley.
Are there dinosaurs?
There's a big tall lizard.
Keep absolutely still. Its vision is based on movement.
After 99 events on the PokerStars.com EPT, there's never been a Spanish champion. Actually, make that 100 events, because no Spanish players remain in the field here at Casino Barcelona. Anywho, time to test your knowledge of EPT winners once again. Clue, it's not a Spaniard.
I think I know the previous winners pretty well. I've seen quite a few of them around, and I've watched the show and whatnot, so I say let's bring it.
Guess who this is?
Oh man, that looks like a girl.
That's Daniel Negreanu.
There's no clue? I think it's a lady.
Let me think about that.
As much as Daniel does look like a lady, it can't be him. He's never won an EPT, but this guy has.
Davide Kataya among 4 former champions remaining. The others being Martin Finger, Robin Ulatalo, and Dominic Panka, whose table is our new feature table.
Yes!
And Panka has tripled his stack from the start of the day. Other notable names on the main stage include Pavel Brzezinski, the biggest stack on this table, second in chips in the tournament, and Karin Brutig, shortest stack at this table, and the last remaining lady in the field. Blinds are 8,000, 16,000 with a 2,000 ante, and we are sweating with Dominic Panka. He's in the small blind, facing a raise from Brutig.
Karin makes me feel funny. I don't want to win the hand. I just want her to like me. Do you think she would like me? Anyway, yeah. Pocket eights. Call. It's a call.
And the answer to your question? No, she wouldn't.
It's rhetorical.
Panka does defend with eights. Yogo Miranda in the big blind.
Wait, what's this guy doing? Miranda is such a Miranda. James, you're a Charlotte.
You know, I can't argue with that. It's a three-way to the flop. Panka with an overpair. He checks.
Check.
Miranda checks as well.
Now, pre-flop, we could have also 3-bet called it off, but this way we get to see a safe flop. We like this board so far. And we pretty much have to call any bet. Karin's very likely to have missed this.
She continues for 40,000.
This is still kind of a gross spot because this pot is going to be huge on the turn, especially if Miranda comes along for the ride.
Panka calls. Miranda folds. What did he have? 9-10 offsuit. Ha! He would have paired his 9.
Bok. Such a Miranda.
Panka checks a second time. And Brutig checks behind.
Yes, the check there was awesome.
Ace of clubs on the river.
Sick part about this river is I think this is going to be a check fold for us. Even though everyone knows to bet their air here, it's a worse kept secret than Eric Stoltz being the original choice for Back to the Future. Maybe she bet small enough that we can call like a chip. No.
85,000.
Okay, now this is sick.
A check raise from Panka to 525,000.
It'll get bluffs to fold, but probably even plenty of single aces.
Brutig folds. She was bluffing with king high.
The river check raise secret's better kept, like the fact that Jean-Claude Van Damme was the original choice to play the Predator. You know, this Brutig lady looks pretty familiar. I wonder if I met her out somewhere.
Oh no, you probably remember her from last year.
Jeez, Daniel, take a picture. It'll last longer. Mike McDonald's got a pretty good stare down, but I'd say Daniel's is creepier. Spooked ya.
You okay with that?
Daniel's probably just admiring her ability to accessorize.
Well, there's been an elimination from one of our outer tables. Dan Shack keeps his back turned towards Kamal Chararia as he exits the EPT 100 main event in 65th place.
Dan's in a side event now and not the main, largely because this guy sucked out on him with Queen 9.
At the secondary feature table, last year's runner-up, Kimmo Kokko, has raised. Action on Bram Henrit in the hijack.
All right.
3-bet coming. 60,000.
3-betting there is all right, but he's made it way too small.
Robin Ulatalo has 8s on the button. And that is a 4-bet, 128K.
And Robin must feel like Bram's either a bit of a noob or is 3-betting way too much for him to be turning these 8s into a bluff here.
Katai folds. Vladimir Novitky has pocket 4s in the big blind.
Gotta be tempting to try to hit a set here, but even if that were the right play, there's still mad action to happen behind, yo.
He folds. Kirko.
Kirk, go.
And Henrites.
4-bet's definitely small enough that he can call and play a flop.
He does call. Well, Bram's already knocked out one previous champion. He's going heads up to the flop against another. And jacks are still ahead, way ahead. Especially as he has the Jack of Hearts for insurance. Well, he's checked to Ulatalo.
Robin might check back here. Better hands aren't folding, and hands with tons of equity are probably going to jam on you.
I'm all in.
Bram quickly check raises all in.
I kind of don't love Bram's jam either. I don't think he's going to get called by worse very often, and when he does get called, he's going to be in really bad shape. Would be amazing if he got Robin to call here, though.
Ulatello folds.
Show a bluff.
Not a bluff. Bram up to nearly 1.2 million. I think it's time to make it official. He is our online qualifier.
Hi, my name is Bram Henrit, 30 years old. I played our qualifier online for 82 euros. My first qualifier for this tournament, and I won. This is my first big live tournament. Of course, I play with friends and stuff, but that's nothing compared to this. The rush you get from going all in and then bluff, it's a rush, and you don't get that working in a day job. It's so completely different, but I love it. So I work in the dealing room in financial markets. It's the room with a lot of computer screens, and everybody is shouting buy, sell. We're on the phone a lot, or we should be. Playing EPT champions in this tournament is a very good experience, also a learning experience for me. I've developed my game a lot in the last couple of days. Some people are very known for their stare downs. Mike McDonald, I know him from television. He's very good, he's a poker pro, and it's exciting to play against a very excellent poker player like that. I eliminated one EPT champion. It's a really good feeling. I can really recommend it to everyone.
Well, back at Bram's table, we have just lost last year's second place finisher. Kimmo Kokko eliminated by Nicholas Rampone. And out at almost exactly the same time, Grzegorz Mikhailovic.
There was, sir. Here's one for you. Chemo Kurt Cobain. Smells like Turney Spirit. Okay.
Well, Jan Heitman is the last remaining team pro. He's just called Mark Wagstaff's all in. Jan a 4-1 favourite with aces against Wagstaff's queens.
I had an uncle who was a Wagstaff. Yep, wagged it right at a flight attendant. Ended up in jail.
Jan now an 88% favourite. Set to become a top 5 stack. Oh, Wagstaff hits a 2-outer.
That is gross.
He doubles up, wins a massive pot. And Jan Heitman will be left with just 48,000.
He is devastated. You just can't tell because he's German. He does still, however, have several chips and a chair.
Copyright Joe Stapleton, 2009. Back to the main feature table. Blind still 8-16. Oh, Pavel Brzezinski accidentally flipped a card over there. The 5 of hearts has been exposed.
My first time with cards, so you'll see what happens. You'll see what happens.
Folded around to Panka. Who's got aces? He raises to 35,000. Jacks for Miranda.
Let's hope he exercises his right to remain silent here.
Nope, he 3-bets. Makes it 82,000.
Now, despite the fact that this isn't to aces, this is how you 3-bet jacks.
Karin Brutik has ace-king in the big blind.
And these two could easily be clowning around in late position, so I could certainly understand a shove with her stack.
Yep, she moves all in for 157,000.
And Dominic could play this any non-fold way. He could just call and try to get it in on the flop, or he might 5-bet it.
The yellow chips worth 25,000 each. Looks like it's going to be the second option. A 5-bet to 240k.
Clear fold.
More in.
Instead he reshoves.
Call.
And Panka calls.
You can't expect Karin's range to be super wide, which means Dominic's 5-bet is probably going to be pretty narrow too. Dominic is a bigger favorite here than John Candy against the old 96er.
Panka a 75% favorite, and he's got both players covered. Well, on that flop, Bruteig is drawing super thin. Miranda is looking for a jack.
Brutag has out.
We're on the verge of a double bust out here. Brutag now drawing dead. And Miranda has 2 outs. The river is a queen. Panka takes out 2 players and is the new tournament chip leader.
Good luck, guys.
Bye, Karen. Bye. Dominant Panka is a machine, and it will absolutely not stop ever until you are dead.
We have a new boss in town.
And his name is Dominic Panka, playing close to 2.6 million.
If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Now get out of here.
Well, Poland is now 1, 2, and 3 on the leaderboard, and Dominic Panka is one of 2 former champs in the top 10. Meanwhile, it looks like another previous EPT winner is about to fall victim to our qualifier.
Man, this guy is just David and Goliathing everyone.
Katai facing the raise from Henrit. Responds with a 3-bet. Oh, cover your heart. It's Koplima.
Hey, Koplima, where's Molaram, huh? Where's Molaram? You think he even knows what his name sounds like?
Deciding what to do with deuces. He folds. Action back on Bram.
Deciding what to do with aces.
Re-raise is the answer. A 4-bet to 153,000.
This could maybe be a little bigger, but yeah, no, it's not gonna matter.
Here comes the 5-bet from Katai.
I raise.
That is 258,000.
And I recommend that Bram Henrit is all in.
I'm all in.
There's the shove. And a call from Katai.
Gross cooler. And Bram's a little excitable, but remember, first live tournament.
He's already taken out 1 champion today. Looks like he's going to KO another. Oh, Katai does now have outs.
Bram hates it, hates the draw.
Katai can survive with a queen.
Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please.
The EPT8 Berlin winner still has 4 outs. Looking for a queen on the river. Nope.
Dodge, dodge.
Katai scorched by our qualifier.
Who knocks out another EPT champion.
Again.
Davide Katai taking it like a champ. Literally.
And Bram Henrit's taking out EPT winners like a boss, and up to nearly 1.6 million. Well, Davide Katai may be out of the EPT Barcelona main event, but let's see if he managed to guess our mystery EPT winner in Guess Who?
Either Liv Boré or Vicky Korn.
Oh my god. That's difficult.
50-50 on Victoria Korn.
It's a winner EPT champion.
Or Sandra Nojax.
Oh, that's easy.
Or Liv Boré.
Yeah, I know. I know it's Liv.
That's Liv.
Liv?
Liv Boré?
Vicky Koren?
I'm going to go with Vicky Korn.
No, come on.
It's supposed to be free Wi-Fi here, but it's not working. I can't get Guel Park back online.
Have you tried switching it off and on again?
Okay, but you asked for it. Hold on to your butts.
What happens now?
I don't know, I've never turned it off before. I guess we just wait.
Maybe we could talk? How about we take...
Oh, it's working again. I wonder if I have any new winks.
Welcome back to the PokerStars.com EPT Barcelona main event, where our online qualifier has already eliminated 2 former winners in this, his first ever live tournament.
I busted out 2 EPT champions. I've got a third one, I've heard just now. Would be great to make it 3 for 3. We'll see.
Well, one champ he won't be knocking out is Martin Finger.
Good game, guys.
Good game.
Finger departing in 44th place and cashing for 20,300 euros.
Good luck, guys.
Another interesting shirt from Martin Finger. You know, I once tried to go clothes shopping in Germany. It was just rack after rack of pink shirts and tube tops, and then I got to the women's section.
We're currently playing 10,000, 20,000, and at the feature table, action's been folded to Pavel Brzezinski in the small blind. With pocket fives, he completes. Andrea Dato in the big blind has 7-4 off.
Well, Lieutenant Commander Dato can either take a free flop or he could raise. Raising's not so bad.
He does raise, makes it 85,000.
That is a huge raise, Commander Dato. It is illogical.
Brzezinski calls.
And you don't want to fold there, but calling's also dicey. Dato's almost never got a big pair when he raises that much.
The flop gives Dato top pair. Brzezinski has a gut shot to go with his fives. He checks to the raiser. 194,000 in the middle.
A bet here would be good. You can semi-bluff and bet with what's usually going to be the best hand.
Dato continuing for 65k.
And obviously there's no way Brzezinski can fold now, which is why, like I said, calling pre-flop can be dicey.
He calls. We go to the turn. Which is a 5. That's a set for Brzezinski, but it's a straight for Dato.
That's the most interesting turn since Angel became good on Buffy.
Brzezinski checks.
I think the move here is to bet, but he's going to be in an awful spot if he gets check raised. It's rare, but it can happen.
That's a bet of 125,000.
Take it easy there, Igor Kurganov's Italian cousin. Trivial call here on the turn for the set of fives. He's got equity against pretty much everything.
And with that call, the pot is now 574,000. King on the river. Brzezinski checks a third time.
Which makes this an easy spot for a bet.
A third barrel from Dato. 225,000.
And this is not the easiest spot for a call. It's not the best board to try to bluff on. But a set of fives is probably beating just enough value bets that you have to.
Straight.
Brzezinski calls and gets the bad news.
Straight to my stack is where I'm putting your chips. That's what he was really saying. Oh why did I have to hit that set?
Dato closing in on the 2 million mark. Well, earlier we saw Jan Heitman crippled by a cruel cold deck, and now he's out.
Yes. Okay.
No members of Team Pro remain.
I want to be Jan Heitman's Jan Hype Man. Yo, Jan Heitman, you the bomb. You my boy, yo.
Well, Dominic Panka got moved off our feature table. He's gone to the turn here against Mikkel Nielsen. All hearts out there. Nielsen checks to Panka, who checks behind. The river is the 5 of clubs, pairing the board.
Hey, flush isn't the nuts anymore, although I don't think anyone has anything even remotely resembling the nuts in this hand.
Nielsen checks again.
When Panka checks the turn, he's usually either got air or a small heart.
He bets the river. 125,000 into a pot of 366,000.
I think big hands bet for value here, and hands like Queen X check back.
Nielsen folds. Dominic Panka wins another sizable pot as Polish players continue to crush.
My name is Piotr Sawinski.
Paweł Brzezinski, Dominic Panka.
And I'm from Poland.
From Poland. I'm from Gdańsk in Poland. Tworząc historię. In English, right?
Yeah.
I think that the popularity of poker in Poland is growing
Dominik Panka winning the APT was a huge thing for Poland.
We saw that it's possible to win an APT. Well, I became a very known person in the poker world.
It was all over the place. Even on the regular Polish news, it was everywhere that Polish player won so much.
Dominik is a great player. He started playing online like most of us. He's got really good poker face. I'm proud that three players from Poland, myself included, are still left in the main event. At one moment, Piotr, Dominik and me, we were on the top 3 stacks, so it was nice to see that.
I'm obviously very happy to represent my country. I'm doing my best.
We have a lot of support from friends at home, from Polish poker media, and everybody is rooting for us, so I hope we won't disappoint.
Dominik Panka is Poland's cutest export since the pierogi. Also, he's filled with meat.
Okay. Panka is the tournament boss with more than 2.6 million. Sininsky sits in second and Brzeski is 7th on the leaderboard with close to 1.9 million. Over to the secondary feature table now, where Nicholas Rampone has moved all in and been called by Robin Ulatalo.
It's not a race. Rampone, the pretty sizable favorite.
Robin, the player at risk. And he's going to need to hit a king on the turn or river. One card to come, 3 outs. He's out.
Robin Ulatalo out.
Good game.
Good game, man. Played real tough.
Good game. Nice playing with you. Oh, you too.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Good luck. Thank you.
I wonder if when Robin jumps into the high roller, change his name to Nightwing Ulatalo.
I think we should check where we're at with former champs.
Who has 2 thumbs and is the only photo left in color? This guy, Dominik Panka, last champ left in the field. Do you think hugs means the same thing in Polish that it means in English? Because I really hope not.
Well, we're going to head back to the secondary feature table, where our qualifier, Bram Henrit, has gone to the flop against Nicholas Rampone. Bram's got top pair, but Rampone has flopped 2 pair.
The qualifier is in some deep doo-doo.
Bram was the pre-flop aggressor. He continues here.
Love the name Rampone. It's like one of those adult parody movies of Rambo.
He raises, makes it 225,000.
Big fan of raising there. When there's a good shot, your opponent has a piece you can't fold. And folding top pair is probably not the move here when your opponent could have air or a draw.
Bram does call. The turn card is a 3. Bram still a big underdog. He checks. And Rampone, having raised the flop, will now bet the turn 400,000.
And Bram's got to figure out now if he thinks his opponent's got value, which he's not beating, or a draw, which he is.
I'm all in.
Bram shoves!
Rampone's got to take a second to consider that he might be beat here, but ultimately I think this hand is too strong and he's just never laying it down.
Dealer, I call.
He calls, creating a massive pot, and our qualifier is at risk.
Well, this is what happens when you stop running like Franca Potente and run Lola run.
Bram only has 3 outs, just a 7% chance of survival. He needs to see a king. It is a king!
He can't believe it.
Sorry, dude.
No, it's all right, man. It's all right.
So sorry.
No.
Our qualifier gets lucky and survives.
And I give him extra karma points for reining in the celebration and following it up with a heartfelt apology.
A huge double up, and he'll move up over the 3 million mark.
And mad credit to Nick Rampone taking it right on the chin.
What an experience for this guy, playing in his first ever live tournament.
Okay. Cheers.
Sorry, dude.
No, it's a tough spot. It's a tough spot.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Confirmation that Bram Henrit has 3.4 million. Our online qualifier is the tournament chip leader with 33 players remaining. Fancy following in Bram's footsteps? You can qualify for an EPT main event right now at PokerStars.com.
Okay, lunch.
T-Rex doesn't want to be fed. T-Rex wants to hunt. Rawr!
I'm done.
Night has fallen in Barcelona as we head into the last level of the day. And online qualifier Bram Henrit has taken the chip lead at the 100th PokerStars.com EPT main event.
He's busted 2 former champs, sucked out Hughes to survive, and now he's on our feature table. He really is on qualifier.
Meanwhile, the guy who started today as chip leader is out in 33rd place. Andrei Konopelko eliminated by Piotr Sininsky.
More like Salus. Oh, no, wait, he won. The original way is fine.
Another Polish player, Dominik Panka, is at the secondary feature table and has gone to the flop against Robert Schultz. Panka ahead with ace-8 high.
Looks like he's going to try to protect his equity.
He bet 65,000.
Schultz has to call because gut shot, because sometimes best hand. Hello, Chips. Hi.
That's a call.
Skynet booting up.
The turn card is an ace. Top pair for both players. Panka's kicker is best.
Could bet.
Nope, he checks behind.
But he can call lots of river bets.
Well, the river's a 5. That's a straight for Schultz.
Both are in a similar situation, even though one's got a straight. It's easy to catch bluffs, but not great to get value with either hand.
Schultz checks. Panka checks, which means he loses the minimum to the German.
Skynet doesn't lose. It's all in the plan.
Panka still around average. Schultz just below average. Well, Piotr Sininsky is back in action. He has called Marco Koplemar's all-in. Sininsky, a big favourite with kings against Koplemar's ace-jack.
Hubam shibai, hubam shibai.
Ace on the flop. Koplemar takes the lead. He just has to fade a king on the river. It's a king!
Ugh.
Koplemar out in 28th place.
Guess that's what was supposed to happen all along, but it's always drama-rama when it goes down on the river.
Sininsky now up over 4 million.
And Koplemar leaves with nothing more than a case of the feels and 28,500 euros.
Day 4 drawing to a close. We're heading back to the main feature table, where the action has been folded to Bram Henrit on the button. Our qualifier has king-6 of diamonds.
Sure, why not?
He raises to 65,000. Andre Latau in the big blind has queen-3 of diamonds.
Also, sure, why not? But hey, let's hope things get diamondy, huh?
He calls, heads up to the flop. And there are 2 diamonds. So they both flop a flush draw. Henrit's with the nut flush draw. Latau checks.
Seems like a pretty obvious spot for a check call, and yes, Bram should be continuing. Well done, Bram.
100,000.
Calling is pretty much the only thing to do here.
Latau throws in 4 yellow chips, so we go to the turn. Which is the king of hearts. Bram now with a pair. Latau with a gut shot.
What are you thinking about over there, Poochie?
He's thinking about leading, and he does, for 130,000.
Not crazy about this lead. I don't think many better hands are folding. And getting raised here would be more awkward than saying you too to a cab driver who tells you to have a nice flight.
Bram calls. The river card. The 9 of clubs. So Bram has a lock on this. Latau checks.
Oh, don't count out a bet, Bramalama Ding Dong. This is a perfect check back spot. And you should be pretty confident you're going to turn over a winner. An ace doesn't usually play it like this.
Bram does check it back. And wins the last hand of the night.
Poochie.
You're lucky.
Yep. Lucky to not get unlucky. That's the name of the game sometimes.
Would have been fun, huh? Not a diamond.
Yeah, it's not the kind of fun I like. Flop or fun?
Yeah.
So Bram Henrit ends day 4 as chip leader.
Hey, you know why they have to put chips into bags like this? Because overnight they're locked in a treasure chest and stored at the bottom of the ocean.
Piotr Sininsky still a big stack, as is Pavel Brzeski. And the third Polish player, Dominik Panka, he's doing okay.
I wouldn't say the last level was totally uneventful. By the way, who's that in the purple? I thought all the ladies were eliminated. Looks a lot like my first girlfriend.
Overshare.
All right. Yeah, thanks. Tomorrow.
So 25 players will return for day 5. Dominik Panka sits just outside the top 10. He's 12th in chips. His fellow countrymen Pavel Brzeski and Piotr Sininsky are sitting comfortably in 8th and 2nd respectively. But on top is our online qualifier, Bram Henrit.
I can't believe it. It's surreal. It's really amazing. Started the day with 400K, did some good hands, good bluffs. All of a sudden, people wanted to interview me. It's really, I'm not used to that. So it's been a surreal day, but an amazing day. And I think I'm in the chip lead. I'm not sure, but probably, yeah. So yeah, looking forward to tomorrow.
Next time, no shortage of controversy on the road to the final table.
Me.
Oh God! He just. Who can make it through to day 6 and still have a shot at the 100th EPT main event title?